guys, I'm Super Mario Montana. Our topic today is about upcoming games. Have a good time. Let's face it, 2022 has been a bit of a bummer year for video games. Thanks to the ongoing impacts of the coronavirus pandemic, many of the most anticipated games of the year wound up being delayed, pushed into 2023 as developers battled with complex workplace situations, lockdowns, and other challenges. While that's meant a relatively quiet year for gaming, it's also fluffed up the feathers of 2023, a year which is now absolutely stacked with blockbuster releases.
It is quite beautiful.
Yeah, in a everything here wants to kill you kind of way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Number 1 Forspoken. Forspoken is a fresh new IP from Luminous Productions and Square Enix that looks to be vying for blockbuster success. In this unique fantasy video game, you play as Fry, a young woman from modern New York who is transported into a magical fantasy realm, where she gains immense and awesome powers. Early looks at this game have shown off fluid traversal and a number of flashy attacks, but it's the story here that shines through. While Forspoken has only really been seen in snippets and glimpses so far, it's a game that feels very inspired and original. Number 2 Dead Island 2. Dead Island 2 has shockingly risen from the dead, with a new trailer at Gamescom 2022 confirming it will finally launch for PC and consoles in February 2023. The game has been in development for around a decade, but it's now heading towards the light, and will kick off a major calendar year for gaming. In this adventure, you're tasked with beating back infected zombies, surviving with a small band of immune humans, and winning back the entire city of Los Angeles through bloody and desperate fights. You'll have a range of weapons at your disposal to complete your mission, including a deadly katana, glass bottles, and a shotgun. Number 3 Wild Hearts. Wild Hearts is a new monster hunting adventure game that aims to revolutionize the entire action-adventure genre with bigger monster battles, new tools for traps and fighting, and plenty of dazzling locales to conquer. This game will send players on a wild journey through the land of Azuma, a fantasy realm inspired by feudal Japan, with each corner of this world plagued by a cavalcade of kimono monsters. While the gameplay will seem very familiar to fans of Capcom's Monster Hunter series, Wild Hearts looks packed to the brim with new ideas that should spice up your journey and keep you hooked on the next quest in the distance.
Now it is time to add your own story to these hallowed halls and, quite possibly, shape the future of the wizarding world.
Number 4 Hogwarts Legacy. Hogwarts Legacy is the upcoming Wizarding World simulator that many have desired for years, and while it may be coming too late for longtime fans of the franchise, who are slowly coming to reckon with the harmful, derogatory comments Harry Potter author J.K. Rowling has been spouting about trans people for years, it's fair to say there are those still looking forward to this magical, creature-filled adventure. With trailers showing off gorgeous magical lands to explore and beings to befriend, it appears this title will incorporate the very best parts of the Harry Potter franchise for a whole new story set in the once-beloved world. While it comes with baggage, Hogwarts Legacy could still be a magical time.
Even when death seems a certainty, do not give up.
Number 5 Skull and Bones. Skull and Bones, the long-awaited piracy simulator, will finally launching in March 2023, amidst a stacked Q1 cohort. While that is cause for some concern, this seafaring journey is looking to thrive on its own merits. In your Skull and Bones journey, you'll attempt to conquer the high seas as a wily pirate, gathering everything you can to build up your ship, crew, and treasures. While it's been a very long wait to hear more about this adventure, with several delays along the way, there's hope it will stick to its March 2023 release date. Get ready to raise the black flag and set sail! Number 6. The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom is officially confirmed to launch in May 2023. This major sequel will see Link return to the land of Hyrule, and also explore far and low with brand new puzzles, skyfaring gameplay, and plenty of intrigue in store. We don't know much about the game just yet, but new looks at the action have revealed a sweeping adventure that feels ripe for exploration. If you fell in love with the gorgeous lands of Breath of the Wild, expect more of the same here, but on a much grander scale.
I assume it has something to do with confidentiality associated with the job.
Number 7. The Wolf Among Us 2. The long-anticipated sequel to Telltale's The Wolf Among Us is set for a vague 2023 release date, likely in the first half of the year. So far, we know the comic book adaptation will feature returning characters Bigby Wolf and Snow White, who will have yet another major mystery to solve across episodic adventures. This go-around, Bigby will be facing off against a number of enemies against the backdrop of a 1980 New York winter, and even have to deal with the Mundy world as his investigative work crosses over into wider society. Look for more news on this game in the coming months.
Redfall used to look like it was straight out of a postcard.
Number 8. Redfall. Redfall, the upcoming open-world, co-op FPS game from Studio Arcane, was originally set to launch in 2022, and was later pushed back to the first half of 2023. The long wait looks like it'll be worth it. Early gameplay trailers have shown off a hybrid stealth action shooter with plenty of gnarly tricks and twists. In this game, you'll embody one of 4 heroes, each of which can use magical abilities or tools to take down evil vampire forces. It's a little bit Dark Watch, and a little bit Dracula, making it perfect for anyone who loves the horror western genre, or just a bit of bloody good adventuring. Bring your garlic and keep your eyes peeled for a firm release date for Redfall.
They say, the wonder is, not that the field of...
Number 9. Starfield. As unlikely as it seems, Starfield is currently set to launch in the first half of 2023. While originally set for late 2022, it was swiftly moved as Bethesda readjusted its release schedule and turned its focus to polishing the game to its best abilities. Starfield seems like it'll be an absolutely massive game, both in sales and scope, so it's likely Bethesda is currently working to ensure a smooth launch. Whenever this 2023 game does launch, expect it to be a sweeping adventure that takes you from humble beginnings all the way across the stars. There's life out there in the universe, and it will be your job to find it, befriend it, or betray it.
When I think of the Justice League, I think of Wonder Woman, Superman, Green Lantern. You don't want to mess with that lot. But you, Barry, you're just the team mascot, aren't you, mate? The loser of the league, folks. the fastest man alive. It's the Fluffed.
Number 10, Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League. Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League was delayed in very early 2022, and news of the title has since gone quiet, but apparently it's still on track for its planned early 2023 launch. This adventure game is described as an open-world, narrative-based game where you play as the various members of the Suicide Squad, Harley Quinn, King Shark, Deadshot, Captain Boomerang, on a mission to save the planet from the mind-controlling villain, Brainiac. As he's controlling members of the Justice League, you'll need to hunt down characters like the Flash, Wonder Woman, and Superman, all of whom are being possessed. There'll be a robust co-op mode in this game, but it can also be played completely solo, with players changing character at will. No matter which anti-hero you choose, the game should be a literal blast.
When you go looking for strength, it's not like a game. This journey doesn't have a real ending. Okay then, hope you're ready to begin.
Number 11, Street Fighter VI. Street Fighter VI was recently confirmed to be coming to PC and consoles in 2023, with a whole bunch of new additions to its fighting system. There's also a flashy new art style, an array of hard-hitting fighters, improvements to netcode, and a whole bunch of other changes in this game. If you're a fan of 2D fighting games, or you just want to see how much the genre has evolved in recent years, Street Fighter VI looks like it could be the new pinnacle of the genre. Additionally, it will also come with a brand new accessible control scheme that should make it easier for anyone to hop in and fight, no matter the skill level. Prepare yourself when this title launches in 2023.
Fighters were no problem, but the missile frigates were a different story. Command got clever. One wing used cover to keep themselves safe on approach.
Number 12, Homeworld 3. The long-anticipated Homeworld 3 has locked in a nebulous first half of 2023 release date that will likely have many fans excited. While an exact date is not clear yet, this spaceship simulator is looking closer to release than ever. In Homeworld 3, you'll be able to gather your own starship fleet and use tactics to overcome enemy spaceship attacks and other challenges in the dark, open realm of space. You'll also be able to spend your time working on each of your crafts, giving them the attention and love they deserve before you send them into battle.
Residents in the affected area have been evacuated, and a team of exo-fighters has been dispatched. A vortex warning has been issued. Please remain indoors.
Number 13, Exoprimal. Exoprimal is a sort of spiritual successor to Dino Crisis. Okay, not really, but we can hope, with online multiplayer gameplay and mechanics. Here, you play as an exofighter armed with futuristic weapons and tasked with taking on massive hordes of dinosaurs which pour through rifts in the world. Fight back against these hordes in deadly combat, and you'll be duly rewarded. Exoprimal looks like a ridiculously over-the-top blast, and includes both player versus player and player versus environment combat. There are elements of Monster Hunter here, although instead of facing one monster, players will have to take on many.
I speak now to those who heed a darker call.
Number 14, Diablo IV. The long-anticipated Diablo IV was announced way back in 2019, but it finally looks set to launch in 2023. Early looks at the game have shown off snazzy new classes, gloomy villains, and plenty of skeletons, all of which you can expect when the game finally launches. A leak in August 2022 indicates Diablo IV will get a major showcase at the 2022 Game Awards ceremony, so keep an eye out for more news as we head towards the end of the year. It won't be long before we see more of this gorgeous, grungy romp.
Every day we delay brings us closer to disaster. We must move now.
The chaos he would wreak would sweep all of Valisthea into the abyss.
Number 15, Final Fantasy XVI. Final Fantasy XVI, the latest mainline game in the long-running franchise, is set for release in 2023, although there's still plenty of mysteries surrounding the game. So far, we know it will take place in a world inspired by medieval Europe, with multiple army actions maintaining peace in the region thanks to special gems known as Mother Crystals. You play as an Archduke of Rosaria who must set off on a wild and magical quest after the dark god Ifrit causes chaos in the land. It appears these gods, known as icons, will play a large part in this story as well as in combat, with early looks at the game featuring over-the-top, monster-on-monster combat.
Tell me, Cal Kestis, why lead when they won't follow?
Number 16, Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order is set to receive a major sequel in 2023, with the adventure once again starring young Jedi Cal Kestis in the title role. This game will follow on from the events of the original story, and will likely see Kestis attempting to survive a galaxy turned hostile in the wake of Order 66, which commanded the killing of all Jedi warriors. An early trailer for the game has shown off mysterious new characters and plenty of intrigue. It's likely we'll see much more in the coming months. Fallen Order was a major success on all fronts, and proved that single-player Star Wars games have a major future at publisher EA.
He wants to finish what he started. He wants to reclaim his birthright and rule over the planet with Genova at his side. I saw you lying there.
Number 17, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. At the Final Fantasy VII 25th anniversary presentation, Final Fantasy brand manager and executive producer on Final Fantasy VII, Yoshinori Kaitase, lifted the lid on the second game in the multi-part Final Fantasy VII Remake project. It was announced that with the first game titled Remake, the second part will be called Rebirth. It was also announced that the Remake project would be a total of 3 games. This second entry will arrive on PlayStation 5 in late 2023, finally allowing fans to continue the beloved story of Cloud, Aerith, Barret, and pals. The game will follow directly on from the events of Remake, and guide the story toward its epic conclusion, with the third game, currently unnamed, coming at a later date.
We all come to a story with hopes and expectations.
Number 18, Alan Wake 2. Alan Wake 2, the long gestating sequel to 2010's Alan Wake, has locked in a release date for 2023. While this may slip, given the reported scope of the sequel, there's still hope it will be on track for its planned launch. The team at Remedy has a phenomenal library of games behind them, including titles like Max Payne and Control, so we're expecting big things from this sequel. So far, we know that the upcoming game will take more inspiration from the survival horror genre than the original, with plenty of tricks and scares up its sleeve. With the horror elements dialed up to 11, expect Alan Wake 2 to be a massive, spooky surprise.
Remember, I have looked for an equal. One who could push me. One who could surprise me.
Number 19, Marvel Spider-Man 2. Much like other nebulous 2023 games, There are currently few details about the release of Marvel's Spider-Man 2, the extremely anticipated sequel to the original 2018 hit game. Various teasers and screenshots have shared more about the story, confirming that it will feature Miles Morales and Peter Parker as Spider-Man, and that Venom will play a massive part in the game, but we still don't know much about the plot, or what to expect. Whatever's on the way will likely be just as grand and exciting as the original adventure, which eclipsed every expectation placed on it and almost single-handedly brought back the comic book video game genre. There's no doubt Insomniac Games is cooking up something spectacular, amazing, and superior. We'll just have to stay patient to see what's in store. Number 20 Avatar, Frontiers of Pandora. One unicorn of the gaming world is Avatar, Frontiers of Pandora, an open-world adaptation of James Cameron's iconic Avatar universe. This game was announced in 2017, with developer Massive Entertainment announcing the adaptation following news of 4 major sequels for the film franchise. After gestating for so long, players began to doubt the game would launch at all, but in 2021, the first major glimpses of the action were finally revealed. In this title, players will embody their own Na-6 warrior to tackle a great journey to the western frontier, described as a region never before seen in the Avatar world. While originally confirmed for 2022, Ubisoft recently confirmed the game has been majorly delayed and could arrive as late as 2024. Number 21 Everywhere. Everywhere is a brand new game from Leslie Benzies, former president of Grand Theft Auto developer Rockstar North. While details are still nebulous, this game is described as a multi-world game experience designed to enthrall players. Everywhere seamlessly blends gameplay, adventure, creativity, and discovery in an all-new multi-world gaming experience that redefines how players connect with one another and the digital world around them, developer Builder Rocket Boy said of the project. We'll have to wait to see exactly what this means, as more will be revealed of Everywhere in future.
Only remnants of these stories remain. In the sand. In the ruins of this shattered, broken world.
Number 22 Atlas Fallen. Atlas Fallen is a brand new fantasy adventure from Lords of the Fallen developer, Deck 13 Interactive. It's described as a semi-open world game filled with ancient mysteries and threats like towering monsters that emerge from sandy dunes. Heroes in this game will have superpowers of a sort, and will also be able to wield sand-infused weapons in battle. Fluid action was shown off in a Gamescom 2022 trailer, with graceful gliding and hacking abilities helping you to take down impossible threats in this story. In addition to Atlas Fallen, Deck 13 Interactive is also aiding work on a new Lords of the Fallen game for 2023, titled The Lords of the Fallen. We've come to the end of the video. Thank you for watching me. Please don't forget to like and comment on the video.